morning, good afternoon, or good night, my fellow Chibits. Today, I'm here to bring all of you the weekly Chibi Vlog. Now, one thing I want to talk about, which surprised me, was how many of you truly enjoyed that little Quest for the Tokyo Ghoul Volume 5. That truly shocked me to see how many of you really enjoyed that video. For kicks and giggles. But then I saw so many of you Chibits just absolutely surprised when you saw me outside the house, going on an adventure pretty much in a sense to the channel, because normally I'm always either sitting down, you see the bookshelves behind me, or I'm sitting. I was just really surprised to see how many of you truly liked that video. It's definitely something I definitely need to do more in the future. It's not going to probably be the last time I make a video orientated around me probably going out to get something or whatever. I might vlog while I'm outside. But yeah, that might be something I could look into in the near future. But I'm just really happy to see how many of you truly appreciated that video. And I just want to say thank you so much for everyone that liked that. So, besides that, I just want to say, has it been good? Has it been bad? And also, I mean, how's your summer vacation going along? Because I know many of you by now are probably either getting ready for summer to probably go off on a vacation. Maybe you're planning on going down to different states or somewhere else in the world to go visit, maybe go to the beach or something. Maybe you're wanting to go swimming. Whatever it may be you want to do for summer, hopefully all of your plans you have ready for summer is going well, and you're getting to spend time with your family and friends or whoever you want to spend it with. Hopefully everything is going fine. So I wish you all a very great summer vacation, if you're on summer vacation, because some of you most likely are either working, or some of you might be in, summer school, something like that. And if you are doing that, my condolences, and I put my heart out for all of you to hopefully, you can make it through this summer, and everything continues to go well for you as well. This Friday from Crunchyroll, apparently all like 12 or 13 episodes are coming out at the exact same time. Now, this could be something very wrong. Right? This could be like something wrong with the article, the way it was presented, but apparently from what we all found out, is that Real Life is going to have its entire series aired on Friday, from what I've heard. And if that is true, I'm like, what the fuck? So, we're going to have an entire series come out on one day. That's going to be a hell of a big review. I'm going to have to, like, binge watch the entire series, because I said I would watch it, and now knowing that it's a possibility that it might come all out all at once, I'm like, bro. So, yeah, Real Life apparently might be coming out all at once with all its episodes this Friday. Now, that could be wrong. Take it with a grain of salt. It could be something with the article or the, whatever the way the article was interpreted. But that's what I've heard. That's what I found out. So, yeah. Now, it could be just one episode that comes out on Friday, but apparently there might be more than that. Now that I said that, however, I want to say that this week, overall, it's been a very relaxed and chill week. Because, majority of series have come to an end. There's a couple of series here and there, but majority of Spring Anime 2016 has come to an end, besides certain select few series, and it's getting ready for that next season. So this is like kind of the slow week of anime, where you want to spend this time probably catching up to other series, reading manga, or watching anime for the eventual season 2 that will come out either next week or this week. That's what you kind of want to use this week for. And I gotta say right now, what I've been doing this week so far, I've actually been reading the Overlord volumes once again. I finished volume 9 of Overlord, the light novel, and I actually am in the process of reading Overlord volume 10 at this time. I finished volume 9 last night. I stayed up really fucking late actually reading that volume, because I got really into it. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but oh my god, that volume of Overlord was by far the best fucking volume yet. The brutality in that volume, and just, I will say this, a brief sneak peek, there's a war that happens in that volume, and let's just say the war, it's a bloodbath, it's a massacre. That's exactly what happens in that volume. So, yeah, Overlord Volume 9, spectacular, and I'm looking forward to finding out what happens in Volume 10 to see where the story takes place after the events of Volume 9. I just recently read the prologue and all that, and some parts of Chapter 1 of Volume 9 of Overlord, not Volume 9, Volume 10, my bad. Volume 10 of Overlord, I read Chapter 1. It's been a long night, please forgive me. I stayed up all night last night, just recently woke up. So, yeah, I've been getting into Overlord, been reading a lot of that, and I also, on the side, I've been actually catching up more with No Game No Life, been reading the light novels that were sent to me. I've already read, Volume 2, 1, 2, and I was in the process of 3, almost finished completely with Volume 3's light novel of No Game No Life. I've just been feeling like a book reading mood. I've been feeling like reading light novels recently, and that's kind of what I have been doing, just reading a bunch of different light novels. So, besides that, however, I guess this week has been really chill. I mean, there hasn't been anything that's really happened, so to say, besides me going out to try to get, you know, Tokyo Ghoul Volume 5, which I didn't have, and I can't believe I didn't have that volume. Like, seriously, I honestly thought I had that volume. Out of all the manga and stuff I have, all the shelves and everything, I believed I already had it. I subconsciously thought I had the volume already, but when I was looking around, like, I spent a good 40 minutes just going back and forth for all my shelves at every place all around in the house, just to make sure I didn't have the volume, because I didn't want to go out and buy the volume if I already owned it. So I was looking around and all that. I was looking on all the shelves. I'm like, okay, did it, maybe I have it slide under my chair or something? Like, was I reading it? Did it fall under my desk? I was just looking everywhere. I, like, made my entire room into, like, a big twist, or like a tornado hit my fucking room. That's how much I was looking for this volume. And then I realized I didn't have it, so I was like, fuck. So I just went to Walmart, like, earlier to that day to get volume, like, the latest volume. And then I find out I don't have that volume, and I'm like, ugh, so I had to go to Walmart, and I went to go pick it up, because I cannot deal with that, because, for one, you all know how much I love Tokyo Ghoul. I love Tokyo Ghoul, and when I don't have a certain volume for any series, it annoys me. Like, if I have, let's say, a series of 10 volumes, okay, it's like a 10-volume series, and I own, let's say, volume 1 through 6, and then I own volumes 8 through 10, and I'm missing volume 7, that pisses me off. That really pisses me off, because I cannot stand having a volume missing in between a collection, and that really made me mad, because there was a point in time when I was actually collecting Berserk. I remember when I was collecting the volumes, when it was so hard to get volume 13, the Eclipse part of, you know, Berserk. It was so hard to get that volume when I was ordering the manga volumes when I first started reading it. I remember I ordered volumes 1 through 6, that's what I got first, and then when I was done reading those and making videos on them, I ordered the next volumes. I ordered 7 through 11, and then when I ordered those volumes, everything was fine, and at the time when I was ordering these volumes, like 7 through 11, the volume 13 was in stock, and it was completely fine on Amazon. On Amazon, Right Stuff, it was all in stock, so I was like, okay, so I don't have to worry. And I really was unaware of the issues with Berserk stocking, of how usually it goes out of print a lot, and usually you have to wait until Dark Horse decides to put it back in print. So I was really upset. I was like, oh shit, so I didn't realize when I finally needed to pick up volumes 12, 13, and so on, 13 was out of print, and I'm like, fuck, I can't get it. So I had to go a roundabout means to try to get volume 13. I went to eBay, I went to Right Stuff, I went all over the net to try to find it. But you know where I managed to find volume 13 of Berserk? I actually managed to find volume 13 of Berserk to going to my actual local Books A Million. I had to go and travel for about an hour to go to, like, this town way off in Tennessee, Cookeville. And when I got there, I managed to find Berserk volume 13 there. I was like, hell yes, I managed to find it. So I grabbed that volume, bought it, came back to the house, was able to make a video on it and read it. But at the time, I already made the volume 12 video, so I haven't even read volume 13 at the time when I picked up that volume, so I was really excited to see what was going to happen. So yeah, there's a brief little story, and that's when I had a time to where an issue, when I was having a problem with collecting volumes. For instance, I had like volumes, you know, 12 through 14, 15, 16, 17, but I didn't have volume 13, I was really pissed off, so I had to go all over the place to try to find it. So yeah, there's a brief little story for you of me trying to quest for a Berserk volume. Anyways, I want to get into some fan mail. I want to open up these, you know, letters and stuff. Majority of the content today, like when it comes to opening up the fan mail, is going to be focused around letters, because there's quite a few letters that came in these past couple weeks, and I want to open them up and I want to see what you guys say. Chibi, this letter is long. If you don't want to read this out loud, I completely understand. It is your choice. Look, Chibits, I always read the letters you send me, no matter what, unless the Chibits say do not read them out loud. That's the only time I never show fan mail or any packages you Chibits send me, is when you Chibits tell me not to. Just gonna say it right now. So, I will read this letter. Regardless of how long it is, I will read this letter. It's because you all went through the effort, and you went through the effort to send me a letter. I will gladly read it and share your thoughts with the entirety of the community. Dear Chibi, hi there. Chibi, my name is Andy, and this is my first letter to you. I'm actually quite amazed I'm typing this at all. I'm usually someone who just stays in the background and watches that goes on, never really saying anything that goes to my mind. Well, I have several reasons for typing this letter, and one was I wanted to thank you for all that you have done for me. You've all done a lot for me as well. It's likewise. Without you, I wouldn't have gotten to expand my horizon for most of my anime experience. I've always stuck to a certain genre. I've only ever branched out to other genres whenever the anime I'm interested in just so happens to have other genres along with the one I'm watching it for, or it's just by coincidence. However, thanks to your first impression videos, I was able to take a step out of my boundaries and try some anime that didn't have the genre that I was looking for. Thanks to you, I have been able to enjoy a lot of great and wonderful series that I would have never given a chance to if it was up to me. Even though I'm still a relatively new subscriber, I subscribed to you in the summer of 2015. I really do hope that you continue to help me take more steps out of my bubble. You all helped me take steps out of my bubble as well. You helped me get over my fear of the mech genre, where I just didn't really care about the mech genre. You guys have opened up my horizon as well. It's likewise too. Now, getting on to my reason, what caused me to want to type a letter to you was a desire to express my anger, disappointment, and sadness. Now, before I go any further, I want to make this clear. This is not a serious problem or anything of the likes. It's pretty much like this. I was hyped for an anime adaptation of a light novel series, and it turned out so bad. This was the first time that I ever felt this strongly about a series before. Never before I had been so angry and sad at the same time. I'm usually a very meek and quiet person. Not only that, but because of the French version of the light novels, translations got a DMCA. The translator of the English version had to take down all the translated volumes. And you want to know something else, Chibi? There are only 2 volumes left in the series, and now unless there's going to be an official translation, which won't be, I'm going to have to learn Japanese to finish the series, and this is not the end of the suffering, Chibi. There's more, but I'll save it for later. Anyways, I'm sorry, Chibi. I'm sorry that my first letter to you was nothing more than I like hearing your guys' issues. I've discussed this in many videos in the past. Let's see. You're the only one that I know will understand what I'm going through. I hope you could forgive me for this. You don't have to ask for forgiveness. I know that nobody wants to listen to a person complain about stuff. Moving on from the rant, this is a series that is the root of all. Tai Motto Gakuen 35 Shiken Shotai. Or you might remember it as Anti-Magic. Yes, I know all about Anti-Magic Academy. I had quite a few Chibits discuss Anti-Magic Academy with me before the series ever came out, the anime-wise. And they told me there was a possibility it could be pretty much just like fucking trash. And kind of what it turned out to be, in my opinion. I'm just saying, my opinion, if you liked it, that's fine. But I know that the light novels are very good. I've been told that Anti-Magic Academy or Anti-Magic Academy, whatever, it just... I'm completely tired today. Pretty much, it was a good series. That's why I was told, and yeah, I'm told that the anime didn't do the series justice. The 35th test platoon, whatever impressions that you have about the series, I ask that you disregard everything that you have seen from the anime. Just forget that there was an anime. Now let's go back to the fall of 2015, flashback noise. You just uploaded the first impressions about the anime, and from the looks of things, you really couldn't figure out where you saw that boob graph from, and so you just gave up the video and ended. That was pretty much the last I've ever heard about the series from you. I just don't know whether or not you decided to continue watching to see why so many people were saying that the series was so good, or maybe you're just expecting a lot more of the same old cliches from it. Pretty much that. That pretty much justifies what I thought about the series. Well, I won't say that you did the wrong thing by not continuing to watch the series. In fact, you probably did the right thing by not watching the rest of the anime. If you did continue to watch it, then it would have ruined your experience. A lot of people were saying that the series is good is because of what happens in Volume 5, the volume that the anime decided to stop at, and pretty much say to all the fans of the series that will never have a Season 2 anime original endings, baby, you got to love those. I can make a whole letter talking about how bad the adaptation was, and I really don't have to, because a lot of people have already done so. In fact, one of the main reasons to why I'm sending this letter to you now, instead of when the anime ended, was because I came across the review of this series from a very passionate fan. Because of my lazy personality, I ended up putting this letter off for so long, but thanks to this review rekindling my passion for the series, I don't want to put this effort off any longer. I'm sorry if the timing is bad, but I need to get this off my mind. To save time and space, I'm going to summarize the anime's awfulness in 3 points. 1, it failed to recapture the mood and tone of the light novels. 2, it had the balls to put a filler episode right before the 5th volume, and the volume was where everything changes. 3, the anime original ending. The ending that ruins the perfect ending of the 5th volume. Now, I'm not going to say that everything that the anime did was bad, but the light novels had a few ecchi scenes in the first 4 volumes, which are arguably the weakest in the whole series, even though they are very necessary for world building. So understand your probable decision to not watch the anime, but trust me, those kinds of scenes get toned down a lot in later volumes. Now, Chibi, I know, or at least I hope, that you are wondering, what makes this series any different from other harem series from that season? That's my question right there. And wasn't this going to end up just like any old harem school battle series? Well, out of the harems that were in this season, I'm excluding Rokudai. It technically wasn't a harem, I think. Anyways, out of the 3 harems in that season, I think that Anti-Magic had the best and most mature story. I don't know much about Gakusen, since I'm not read or watched it yet, but compared to something like Shonen Sample, it's the complete opposite in both tone and mood. By the way, the first episode of Shonen Sample interested me so much that I went and read the manga right after watching. I'm so happy that it gets an official translation, unlike other series. True, that's very rare. Anyways, the story of Anti-Magic gets progressively darker and darker with each volume. The harem and ecchi antics get toned down more and more and only appear when the characters need a little breather. Some of the adult topics that cover include death, war, discrimination, and a few other harem series do not have death in the story. But I've never seen death matter as much as in a harem story. Now, I know that what I'm doing is just pointless at this point. There really is nothing that I can do other than learn Japanese or scour the internet for some sort of translation. I don't even know what I want to happen with this letter. You really have so many series to watch and read, so why would you ever consider giving this another try? My first letter to you, and it's nothing more than a rant, and I selfishly plead, I'm really disappointed with this. I hope you don't mind this letter too much, TV. I promise that my next letter will be a lot shorter and less rantier. See, let me explain something to you real quick, Andy. I've said time and time again, I make these videos for I can get to know you, Chiebits. And this right here, this letter, encompasses a key part of our community. You know, it's kind of like showing all these different Chiebits just relaying their thoughts and saying truly how they feel. And I cherish this. I cherish this stuff. I have a lot of fun reading these. I have a lot of fun always opening up letters. And out of anything I receive, out of countless boxes or whatever, I truly love letters the most. I really love getting to see what you all think, how you feel, how has your life been, whatever it may be you want to talk about. If you want to just talk about cupcakes, it always interests me to see what you guys think. And this right here, I think what you're trying to say, my best interpretation of this letter, is you're trying to say is, please, just because the anime of Anti-Magic Academy was bad, do not think the light novel is bad as well. And I gotta admit, I have been through experiences like that myself. I have seen many light novels I've loved have like a bad anime adaptation, or many manga have a bad anime adaptation. I've seen it many times, and you're not alone in that regard. There's many fans out there that have read manga, read light novels, know that feeling, or even have played visual novels, know the feeling of a bad adaptation, and you're definitely not alone in that. And there's been many fans that feel so upset because that bad adaptation puts a stain on that franchise, and it makes it to where people don't even want to go to the original source. I know that feeling. I know that feeling quite well. For instance, Tokyo Ghoul. Perfect example. The Tokyo Ghoul anime adaptation, which is just outright trash. The only thing that it did good in was probably the music and the opening song and the ending song. That's the only thing they really did good when it came to Tokyo Ghoul's anime adaptation. But besides that, it was kind of like a stain on the entire franchise, and it did not do the original source justice. So I understand your thoughts and feelings on that. So you're not alone, and honestly, thank you for being honest to me, and I will eventually one day give Anti-Magic Academy another chance, because I have been told by many Chiebits in the past it is a very good series. As I've already said earlier on in this video, I would read and open up any letter no matter what was sent to me, regardless of the contents. And I have to say, this is the first time I've ever received a letter like this. It really is. And just for that, I guess this needs its own special occasion. So let me read this letter to you. This letter says, "Fuck you. I think you're an attention hog no matter how grateful you act in front of your fans. Have a nice day, and please be safe. Chibi out. Rose Putter." Well, you told me to have a nice day, and please be safe, so I guess that means a lot. It really does. But in all honesty, this also is something I like to see. Honesty. It's honesty. You know, I don't expect everyone to like me. I don't expect everyone to agree with the way I do videos or anything like that. But it does still, once again, mean a lot that Chiebits are honest. And even if you don't consider yourself a Chiebit or whatever, it feels nice to see honesty from someone. So, regardless of whatever intentions may be why you told me to say I'm attention hog no matter how ungrateful you act in front of all of your fans, I'm still thankful you decided to be honest with how you feel about me. Now, regardless, I do feel grateful to my fans. I do feel grateful to all of you Chiebits that have continued to help me and support me in my difficult times I've experienced in these recent years. And regardless of how anyone feels, that's how I truly feel. I feel like you guys have helped me a lot, and hopefully I could help some of you out. Even if it might be one or two, hopefully I've helped some of you. Chibi, hi there. How's your week been? It's been great. How about yourself? I first wrote to you about 6 months ago towards the start of January. At the time, I recommended Ghost in the Shell. I remember your letter. I recommended Ghost in the Shell standalone complex, which you still have not gotten to. Something I find baffling given your abrupt free time over the past few months. I've explained that in recent videos, how I've been kind of busy with, my personal life, stepmom and stuff. However, my recommendation today comes from the reason entirely unrelated to the quality. The name of the series in question is Ghost Stories. However, before I continue, know that the credit for this goes to the channel Glass Reflection. He's a good man. I watch his videos from time to time. As it was his review that made me aware of this series' existence, and my summary will closely match his, and I highly recommend you watch it and watch his review. So Ghost Stories is shit, or at least it was. What it was basically a really shitty version of Scooby-Doo, with just actual supernatural elements, and bombed in Japan when it was initially released. Now at this point, you are maybe wondering, why would I recommend such a series? I'm actually questioning that. The answer would be the dub. See, when the series was given a dub, they were allowed to make changes, with the only things that you couldn't change being the names of the characters, the names of the spirits, and the method by which the spirits is banished. And so the dub team went to work, and the result was something you'd find in an abridged series. The real treat is seeing them sort of give a shit at the start, and watching that devolve to them say whatever the fuck fit in the lips flat by about halfway through. What? I need to look this up. Ghost Stories clocks in at 20 episodes, and the dub can be found on Crunchyroll. Oh, I have Crunchyroll. Another recommendation I'd like to make concerns the 97 Berserk series. Not the actual series. It's a pretty decent adaptation of the Golden Age arc, but there's still some of the material linking it to the rest of the arc that'll probably annoy you. That'll probably annoy you to no end. As well as the animation being absolute ass. I like the background work, though. Instead, the recommendation is for the soundtrack to that series. Simply put, it's amazing. There is not a bad track in the lot. Shout out to Forces, and it's awesome, along with the equally excellent God Hand remix, with other tracks that were excellent, including Behelit. I have the soundtrack, actually. I have put the soundtrack sometimes in my Berserk videos. You probably have heard it in my volume reviews, including Behelit, and especially Guts' theme. Definitely check it out if it's not on your radar. Speaking of music, I have a fun fact about the Kabaneri composer. This name is Hiroyuki Sawano, and in addition to scoring Kabaneri, his past efforts included Attack on Titan, The Seven Deadly Sins, Kill la Kill, as well as Seraph of the End and Aldnoah Zero. Those last two actually make me respect him more as a composer, as I have mixed feelings mostly ending-based on the former series. Completely agree. And I hated the latter. Wait, whoa, you hated? What? Okay, I'm not gonna judge you. You have all rights to hate and dislike what you want. But still feel he delivered a strong soundtrack for both of those series. Also, do you remember if the Kill la Kill OST is good? I haven't seen it, and am unfamiliar with anything other than Don't Lose Your Way. Yes, I own the soundtrack of Kill la Kill. It was so fucking badass. I remember when Kill la Kill was coming out, I would listen to the entire soundtrack every single day. I was constantly listening to it. It was like my fix every day for a good while. Maybe actually for a good couple of months. Does the rest of it hold up, or was it just that? No, there's a lot of songs. It's not just Lose Your Way. Finally, I have a recommendation for the new Voltron series from Netflix. I heard about the new Voltron series. I heard about that. I saw the news article on Anime News Network. I recently watched all the episodes and thoroughly enjoyed it. The showrunners previously had big supporting roles for Avatar, The Last Airbender, and The Legend of Korra, and it shows, particularly with the comedy. The show is 11 episodes, although episode 1 is a gigantic 70 minutes long, so they can put in all the setup they need, and well worth watching. The only problem I had was with the final finale, which felt more like a mid-season finale with no next episode than a true season. Sincerely, Jay. P.S. I wish your stepmom to recover as quickly and as fully as possible. Thank you so much. P.P.S. I was too lazy to write fully about it, but I have enjoyed Ushio and Tora, and would recommend you to go back to it, but I feel like a lot of content got cut. The manga is over 300 chapters, while the anime will cover the whole thing in 39 episodes. P.P.P.S. What's worse, Haruhi's Endless 8 or Aldnoah Zero's second half? Aldnoah Zero's second half, okay? Aldnoah's second half, then. Nothing beats that atrocity. That was horrible. So thank you very much, bro, for the letter. It means a lot. And I need to look into this Ghost Stories you mentioned. How it pretty much is an abridged series, and how characters just, it devolved into something where they don't give a shit. They just start saying anything they want to make the series move. I'm gonna need to look that up. I need to go like to the last episode just to see how the dialogue is. I'm curious about that. Ooh, I really like your writing. I like that writing. That's a really nice looking writing. Okay, so this was done on June 22nd, 2016. Dear Chibi-kun, hello, I have been watching your channel for more than a few months now. You are one of my favorite anime reviewers. Thank you. Thank you so much. Perhaps my #1 reviewer in all honesty. Before you ask, yes, my day was good, as well as my week. That's good to know. How are you doing, Chibi? I wrote this somewhat poorly written letter after watching the recent vlog. I wanted to let you know that I exist and a fellow Chibit. My name is Alexis, and I am 16 years old with a passion for the anime realm. Just like you in this wonderful community, I live in northern Louisiana, just about 8 or so hours from you. I moved down south from California due to back-to-back deaths in the family. Sorry to hear that. Both of my grandmothers, and have had a strong case of homesickness the entire 3 years here. This discovery of anime would benefit my time here, however. Thank you, Netflix. My first introduction to anime was, drumroll, The Gray Man. That's a good series. That's a good series. Some of my first ones were Fruits Basket, I have still yet to watch Fruits Basket. Full Metal Alchemist, Ju-Ose? I haven't seen that either. Black Butler, Elven Lied, memorized the beautiful theme. Sailor Moon, and Madoka Magica, with my interest of anime growing by the second, my room walls flood with drawings and posters. Of course, my parents thought it was all childish cartoons. I know that feeling. I know that feeling, definitely. And I was going crazy. In just 3 years since age 13, I have grown into an otaku. As I was and still a video game nut, my favorite game franchises are Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Tekken, Resident Evil. Yes, it has gone downhill these past years. Silent Hill, Mega Man, Final Fantasy, Doom, Castlevania, Zelda, and Fallout. Yo, these are some good titles. I see you like fighting games. I see you love fighting games. I'd like to challenge you on some fighting games. My top 5 anime this spring season is the same as yours, Chibi-kun. As I binge watched JoJo 1 through 3 during my spring break, my otaku self kept yelling, ooh, this is a song. Okay, I want to try to sing this. Sonochi no Sadame and JoJo. Okay, so I probably broke everybody's eardrums. Please forgive me for that, but I had to sing it. Like a pure idiot. I'm looking forward to Food Wars and The Gray Man as much as the next Chibit. I may end up gaining 50+ pounds from Food Wars alone. I always eat when I'm watching Food Wars. I do. It's always such a good series to watch and eat. This alone is one of my many reasons why I think of you as a big brother, as well as the Anime Man and Glass Reflection with Arcada. Those two are very good. I actually like those two. I've watched their videos from time to time. I actually talk with the Anime Man quite often, and I've talked with Glass Reflection every so often as well. They're both very good people, and I love their videos. Well, apologizes for rambling so pointlessly, Chibi-kun. I hope you have a moment to spare out of your busy life to read my first letter to you, Big Brother Chibi. Your fan, Alexis-chan. P.S. I have a huge caffeine addiction to Starbucks now. That's sweet. That's sweet. And with that, I think it's a perfect time to end this video. I read up quite a few letters, and I'm very thankful for all these wonderful letters you Chibits have sent me. It always means a lot. Even the Chibits that want to send, you know, something that's completely different from what I'm normally used to, like saying, you know, fuck you, it's still very nice to see it. At the very least, you took the time and effort to send me a letter and tell me your thoughts, so the thought still counts. So, you all have a very, very wonderful day or night wherever you live, and I pray all of you continue to have a very, very wonderful summer. Please be safe. Chibi out.